We found a wonderful experience in meeting people from different backgrounds, having clients come in, what we called readers, meeting our books, our living books. They really enjoyed it, so from a community point of view it was a great event.
They benefited from attending the Living Library because they got to know more about what it's like to have a mental illness and how people live with it, and from a different perspective, from a personal perspective and also from a carer's perspective. A reader came back and said, I was looking for answers about this in a conventional book but I couldn't find anything. But I actually found my answers today through a living book.
From the feedback that we have received, usually people feel very confident that they're actually making new friends. They actually, people that they see on the supermarket sometimes and they never met that person, but after the Living Library, that's another person that you can say hello on the street and who knows, may become a good friend.
Reading the feedback from the readers and books were just so satisfying. There was a sense of pride and achievement because everyone was like, oh, this was such a great event, I want to attend it again. The books were saying it felt so nice to share my story with someone. Readers were so appreciative of how open the books were. There was benefits all around, so it was really good.
I found it fascinating that with my second reader, who was a lady in a high-powered job, to discover that despite her struggle with a mental health issue, she was able to still maintain a role in a high-powered job. So as a reader, to hear that would make you feel a lot more confident about, well, maybe these mental health people aren't so strange after all. Maybe they're just normal people who, in fact, demonstrate some great strength to overcome their limitations and function well in life.
Initially, there was a great deal of trepidation. I didn't realise exactly how it would work, which was probably a good thing because I couldn't, do any background work on how it might go. I just had to sort of put myself out there, and I did. And I had 3 people took me out from the shelf, and they were lovely. I had a very good book exchange, I call it, with them. And, it was deeply rewarding.
One of our books there, Jackie, was just wonderful. She not only turned herself around in terms of the mental health problem that she had, but also turned it into a positive thing. She created a foundation for other people. She'd made it something that was a positive for her, and that was really great. And one of the people who spoke to her was a person who just started in the field. And it was great for them because they walked away having an idea of what mental health meant to the people who had it, not just as somebody that you treat, but as a person themselves.
Having been a reader, it probably would be an interesting experience to be a book and to allow someone else to explore my life in whatever direction they wanted to head in a pretty short space of time, because it was only a 10 or 15 minute interview, I think. You feel like you get to know the people really well in that really short space of time. I felt like I'd made a friend through the experience, so it's certainly an experience I'd recommend to people.
A lot of them were going, wow, that was just amazing. I never realised that happened, or that this was such a large problem, or so many people had it. I didn't know that the little things that I did actually upset people. So all those sort of things, you come away, I guess, better educated, and that's what the whole concept's about.